Our professional development today will focus on the roles and responsibilities of the classroom teacher in gifted education and in the implementation of the Gifted Individualized Education Plan.
First, we will start with a pretest of your knowledge. We will give you 3 minutes to read the questions on the form and answer whether the items are a myth or a fact. At the end of the presentation, we will do a post-test to see how much you have learned. Now that everyone is finished with the pretest, we will review the gifted guidelines that are written in Chapter 16 to more clearly define how gifted education should be implemented in Pennsylvania schools. As we go through the myth or fact statements, we will explain the correct answer and answer any questions that you may have. The specific reference to the guidelines will be displayed on the bottom of each slide. These can be found on pages 35 and 36 of the gifted guidelines in a section regarding teacher classroom expectations.
The common myth is that students get all of their gifted instruction from the gifted teacher or gifted program. The fact is that gifted students need to receive instruction and enrichment from both the classroom teacher and the gifted support instructors. Classroom teachers and gifted instructors need to work together to develop a GIEP goal and specially designed instruction and to implement above-level lessons, activities, and enrichment in the students' areas of strength.
The common myth is that gifted students teach themselves. The fact is that gifted students should not be expected to teach themselves. PVOS data clearly shows us that gifted students across the state are not gaining 1 year's worth of growth. This trend needs to be stopped, and we as educators have a responsibility to provide flexible, individualized, and academically challenging curriculum at varying rates of instruction and to varying degrees of complexity. Our gifted students should be clearly gaining a year or more of growth. The fact that they are not is hurting our school scores, and it is the classroom teacher's responsibility to teach students directly and with considerations of their individual needs.
The common myth is that gifted students have strengths in all subject areas. The fact is that gifted students may or may not have strengths in more than one area. In order for a student to be identified gifted, they are administered multiple tests to determine their areas of strength. A gifted identification is based on multiple criteria, including IQ score and academic achievement. In some cases, a student may be qualified as gifted if they demonstrate significant strength in at least one academic area, even if the IQ score is lower than 130. The common myth is that all gifted students learn by doing independent research. The fact is that gifted students learn using various modalities and learning styles just like regular education students. Teachers need to use a variety of teaching techniques and activities that meet the needs of all learners, including gifted students. Teachers need to provide learning opportunities that are at various levels of rigor and allow students to work at varying rates.
The common myth is that pre-testing is a loss of valuable instruction time. The fact is that pre-testing offers teachers valuable data that can drive instructional practices and allow for differentiation of curriculum. Teachers are required to differentiate their instruction, and pre-testing demonstrates mastery of content so that students can then work on enrichment activities, cross-curricular projects, or the next concepts in the curriculum, called compaction. This is especially important with gifted students who master concepts more quickly and often do not require more than one introduction or practice with skills. The common myth is gifted students' social and emotional maturity matches their intellectual ability. The fact is that gifted students often experience some degree of asynchronous development between their social and emotional learning and their intellectual ability. Teachers need to be aware of this fact and be prepared to directly teach social skills, coping skills, and communication skills with their students. Gifted students often need help with partner and group interaction skills and social awareness.
We are in this together. The education of gifted students needs to be a collaborative effort amongst all of us. Please consider using us as a resource to provide the best educational experience for our gifted students in the regular education classroom.
As we conclude, please turn your paper over and complete the post-assessment.